Happy Thursday, everyone, and good evening. This is Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, Soul Speaker, your energy therapist, and author of the Goddess Grind book series, focused on you becoming the best version of you mentally, emotionally, and energetically, in order for you to become a healthier entrepreneur and individual. And this evening for Therapy Thursday, I wanted to discuss the chakra system and the 5 extended chakra systems. So, of course, throughout this live, if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment them, and I will respond to you. Also, if you happen to listen to this on the replay, please comment replay so I can thank you for tuning in. But again, this particular live is about the chakra system and the 5 extended chakra systems. So for those that don't know me, of course, I am the author of the Goddess Grind book series. And within that book series, I started off with 2 books. And the first book is all about the chakra system, breaking it down, explaining the 7 main chakras, and how it can affect you personally as well as professionally. Also, I have been studying and researching the chakras for over 5 years. And over that period of time, I have observed how balancing the chakras is beneficial, not only personally, but in other relationships that we deem important in our lives. So I will be talking about the main chakras as well as the extended chakra systems that I've developed from the main chakra system. So, of course, for anybody that's not familiar with chakras, of course, they are energy centers or spinning energy centers that are associated with us all or within us all, that are associated with different mental, emotional, energetic, physical, and spiritual aspects of who we are. And when these chakras are imbalanced, then that can be from a result of us not addressing issues. It could come from things that we haven't dealt with over time, ideologies that no longer work for us, relationships that are not healthy for us, and a number of other different things that can contribute to the imbalance. But with these imbalances, they can manifest if you don't handle them or you don't address them. Then they can manifest into physical illness, diseases, sickness, and whatnot. So, of course, with the chakra system, you have 7 main chakras. And the first chakra is the root chakra. The second is the sacral chakra. Third is the solar plexus. Fourth is the heart chakra. Fifth is the throat chakra. Then you have your third eye chakra, and the last chakra is the crown chakra. So, with having 7 different chakras, the lower 3 are basically associated with your lower self, while the top 3 chakras are associated with your higher self, and of course the heart is neutral. So you can look at the heart chakra as the bridge between the physical world or your physical connection and your spiritual connection. But the root chakra is your survival chakra, so it's associated with everything that we feel is important or that we deem important for our survival, such as finances, having a good job, knowing what our purpose is, knowing that we're here for a reason. The sacral chakra is associated, it's our emotional chakras, and it is associated with our feelings, our emotions, our sexuality, creativity, and the relationships that we have with other people. Our solar plexus chakra is our willpower chakra, and it's basically associated with how we feel about ourselves, the relationship that we have with ourselves, maintaining our power, willpower. The heart chakra, of course, is associated with the ability to give love as well as receive, be compassionate, be non-judgmental. The throat chakra, of course, is our communication chakra, associated with being able to effectively communicate, in addition to effectively communicating, speaking your truth. And not always speaking your truth to other people, but understanding what that truth is, communication with yourself. Your third eye chakra, of course, is associated with your intuition, decision making, being able to see past the here and now, foresight. your ability to think for yourself, as well as the crown chakra is basically your spiritual chakra associated with your connection to the spiritual world. Of course, being able to think for yourself and being able to differentiate between your lower self and your higher self. Now, from the main chakra system, of course, whenever we talk about the chakras, we are mainly talking about how we are affected personally. And of course, we all know that personal relationships are only not the relationships that we deem important. Other relationships that are important to us are the relationships that we have with other people. Those other people may be family. Those other people could be the people you work with, your supervisor, your job, your sexuality, your intimate relationships, the relationships that you have with your kids. So because these are other relationships that we deem important, because we are energy ourselves, anything that we connect ourselves with or associate ourselves with, we have to understand that because we are energy, those relationships have energy themselves. And because those relationships have energy themselves, then they can also become unbalanced or imbalanced. And as a result, that's where disconnects occur, and that's where we have problems in these relationships. And if you never address these particular problems or these disconnects, then those relationships are not strong relationships. You have a tendency to see a breakdown in these relationships. So now that we've discussed the main chakra system, we will now discuss the extended chakra systems that I've developed from the main chakra system. So the first is the professional chakra system. The professional chakra system is the energy body that exists as a result of your professional relationship. That could be as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as an employee, as any type of professional in any field. So for example, your professional root chakra would be associated with the foundation of your business if you are a business owner. How was your business established? What is the purpose of your business? Where was your business birthed? Many of us, when we become entrepreneurs, hopefully, we have birthed this particular business. Basically, we were given a vision, and this business was developed from the fact that we have a valid why, or it's connected to our purpose, as opposed to us starting a business because we had absolutely nothing else to do. Think about it, think about birthing a business just like you birthed a child. Just like some people are born in trauma or are conceived in trauma, the same thing can happen to your business. When you're basically put in a situation where your back is against the wall and you really don't have a choice, and you're in this hustle mentality, you may start a business because you need money right now. And because that business was birthed from a traumatic experience or a negative place or a negative moment that you were experiencing in life is not tied to your purpose. It's not tied to a why. So the likelihood of that business surviving long term is very low. So pretty much the professional chakra system is the energy body that exists from a business that you started, a job that you work, or a career that you are currently involved in, a certain field. Excuse me. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the different, the 7 chakras for each different chakra system. If you want to go through all of that, then you can actually schedule a training session with me or enroll in one of the master classes. But I'm just not going to go through each different chakra for each different chakra system. But the next extended chakra system is the relationship chakra system. And of course, the relationship chakra system is the energy body that exists as a result of the relationship between you and your significant other. So when two people come together that are energy bodies and they create a relationship, that relationship itself has an energy body. And of course, when either one partner or the other is excuse me, is imbalanced, then that creates an imbalance in the relationship as a whole. It creates a disconnect. So for example, with the relationship sacral chakra, that particular chakra is associated with the relationship or the emotional relationship that exists between those two people. So if for some reason two people are not feeling each other, or you're having a problem in the relationship, you're not communicating, then that can create an emotional disconnect in that particular relationship. And if that issue was never addressed, then of course that's going to create an even deeper disconnection that will extend to other areas of the relationship. Keep that in, definitely take that into consideration. The next extended chakra system after the relationship chakra system is the financial chakra system, which is the energy body that exists as a result of your relationship with money or your finances. Of course, we all need money because we have bills, there are things that we want to do in life, and we can't really do those things if we don't have the money, especially if you're not bartering with anybody. So, if you don't have a good relationship with money, then you are going to have a problem manifesting it. You're going to have a problem attracting it to you. You're going to have a problem with being successful. So, for example, your financial solar plexus chakra is associated with, let me not talk about that one. Your financial throat chakra. Hey Peaches, thank you for tuning in. How are you doing? But your financial throat chakra is basically associated with how your money works for you, how your money communicates for you. And when we think of how money can communicate for us, think in terms of how your money can make more money for you. You're investing. How do you invest your money? How are you saving your money? How do you budget your money? And we have to understand that investing is not just associated with the stock market. There are a number of different ways that you can invest your money. But pretty much the financial throat chakra is associated with how your money works for you. Now, the next, and thank you everybody for tuning in. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, soul speaker, energy therapist, and author. And I am discussing the chakra system and the 5 extended chakra systems that I have developed from the main chakra system. So I've already talked about 3 so far: the professional chakra system, the relationship chakra system, as well as the financial chakra system. So the 4th one, which is the sex chakra system, and sex stands for sacred energy exchanges. That is the energy body that exists as a result of the intimate relationship between you and someone else. The sex root chakra is associated with the establishment or the foundation of this intimate relationship that you have with another person. So just think about it. Sometimes when we become intimate with another person, it's not always how we wanted it to be. It's not how we imagined it to be. And it's not always under the best circumstances or in the best situation. So when you think about that, how that particular relationship was established, then it corresponds to how much pleasure you experience in that particular intimate relationship with that person. So chances are, if from the beginning it wasn't pleasurable for you, you were not comfortable with speaking what you liked, what you didn't like, then it's probably not going to continue to become a pleasurable experience if it wasn't that way from the very beginning. So just think about how your intimate relationships were established, and then just kind of think about how it was throughout that particular relationship, that intimate relationship. Now, as you know, many of us have intimate relationships, but don't actually have a relationship with this person. So definitely take that into consideration. Now, the last extended chakra system is the maternal/paternal chakra system. And this particular energy body exists from the result of the relationship between a parent and a child. So it could be you and your child or you and your parent. It works both ways. But when we think about the relationship that exists between a parent and a child, there can definitely be some disconnects at different stages within that child's life, as well as different stages within the parent's life. I personally do not have any children, but I've been a child all my life, and I know other people that have children. But the relationship that you have with your child during their adolescent years, during their preteen, during teen years, and then once they become an adult, the dynamics are very different, of course. And you have to understand that because your child, I understand they are your child, they still possess a full energy body just as you do as an adult. Just because they are a child does not mean that they are exempt from the chakra system. No, not at all. But we have to begin to understand that because they have an energy body, then there can be some imbalances that exist within them. Just as we know there are imbalances that can exist within you as a parent. And when there are imbalances that exist in both of you, then of course it's going to create imbalances in the relationship that exists between you two. And as a parent, you have to understand this. And of course, this is something that you can teach your child, that they can become familiar with. For example, the maternal/paternal heart chakra. Well, I'll do the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is associated with the roles and responsibilities that exist between, or that are in place for the parent as well as the child. Of course, we know a child is in a child's place and a parent is the parent, but you're both still human. Okay? And that child still has feelings. That child still needs to express their feelings. And of course, the person that they're going to want to express that to is you, their parent. They should. And if they can't express those things to you, then that represents a disconnect in the relationship that exists between you and your child. And you have to get to the root cause of why that disconnect exists. And the responsibility, it is, both the responsibility of the parent and of the child to come together to work to fix this particular disconnect. So of course, in order for this particular relationship to work, or any relationship that exists within these different chakra systems that I've discussed, each person that's involved has a role and a responsibility that they have to be held accountable for in order for these particular disconnects to be corrected. And I have no idea who this is calling me. Call back. And you just have to work through these disconnects in order to balance the chakra system that exists. So I don't want to make this too long. I've actually talked quite a bit, but I thank you for listening in. Hey, Tamika, listening in to this particular live audio as I discuss the chakra system and the 5 extended chakra systems. Of course, if you'd like to learn more about these different chakra systems, I currently have 3 books out that cover the main chakra system, the professional chakra system, and the financial chakra system. I'm currently writing the others, but I do have masterclasses available if you're interested in those. But you can check me out online at www.thegoddessgrind.com. It has been my pleasure to discuss these different chakra systems with you. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, soul speaker, your energy therapist, and author of the Goddess Grind book series, and I am reminding you to meditate, hustle, and flow on your journey of becoming the best version of you mentally, emotionally, and energetically. I will speak to you all next time. Peace.